Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me here for Today I Choose. Today, often I get asked, is it against my religion to hold people accountable? There are two sides to responding to this. First off, right, you know, I firstly like to think of that energy of parenting, that, holding our children accountable um, enhances their growth and makes them a better member in society, right? Makes them responsible for their own words and their own actions and the consequences that come with both of those. So when we say to our when we ask ourselves, is it against our religion or God to hold someone accountable? I think we're asking it for permission to um, cause and allow harm in our upside down world, right? But the consequences are there, right? Now, we can look over here in all the goo of the emotion, or we can look at what the consequences of these actions are. So when we say, okay, my holding you into accountability is truly me knowing and being solid in where I stand, right? So it's truly about yourself with a capital S. So, we were given this quote commandment, love others as you love yourself, which is turned into be a doormat, allow people to walk on you, allow all this poor behavior, and don't respond. That's not what he was meaning, right? Energetically, loving one another as you love yourself means that the self has to be loved first. It has to be fully charged and in balance and standing in justice and integrity to be able to love, right? So, our quality of love is in direct relationship to this, right? So, Gandhi says when what you think, what you say, and what you do are in alignment, there's opportunity for happiness, right? That's integrity, right? So when we've got these five layers of our being, as we spoke, emotional, energetic, behavioral, physical, and spiritual, right? And they're not in integrity. That's even a step further than Gandhi's call. Right? When we're in complete integrity, we are love. We are spiritual. We're not having to think about being spiritual today. We're not having to think about um, being good today. Right? We just are because we're in the present moment. So, is it wrong to hold people accountable? I'm going to ask you, is it wrong not to? Right? Is it wrong to stand by and watch harm happening and not open our mouths and say, excuse me, that's causing harm? Right? What would the leader or teacher that you follow have done? Just walked on by without saying a word with the blinders on. I don't see that. I'm not letting that into my awareness. I'm going to live in the Truman Show. Or, right? Does he make excuses for not stopping? I don't think so. So, if we're going to allow harm to be done in our homes, in our families, in our houses, We sure as heck aren't going to step out there. Right? We're not. And in this collective body of humanity, that family is the organs. Right? 1 in 3, 1 in 5, whatever. Like, I don't know how they count those, right? Because I guess they're only counted the reported and how many are not. So 1 in 3 families, people are being harmed. 1 in 3 families, people are being harmed. And we're still somehow holding honor there. The family has to be accountable. Each person in it has to be accountable. Right? Because right now, family is causing more harm than good. In many, many, many cases, more harm than good. Right? And whose fault is that? Whose fault is that? Right? So, no. Is it wrong to hold people accountable? No, 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 it is not wrong. It is right. It is right minded, right? If you have an animal that is causing harm, you try to correct the behavior. If you have a kid causing harm, you try to correct the behavior, right? Our way of punishment is doing nothing, right? But truly, it's going to take me and you going, excuse me, no, there is no reason for you to be talking like that. There's no reason for you to be harming this child. There's no reason for you to have my dog afraid and hiding in the bathtub. There's no reason for that. Go get your shit together. Go get that together. You're responsible for that. We're each individually responsible for how we show up in this world and the footprint we're leaving behind, right? So, pull your boots on and get ready, right? It's just you standing tall and in that pillar that we spoke of, you know, from marriage, right? To where you're that pillar in that house. Nothing's going to take you down, right? Even another pillar. Because if that other pillar is trying to take you down, they're the ones not doing their job, not you, right? So, love going out, grace and blessings to each and every one of you, and ride this wave of change. Something I like to say is make sure, you know, when you're riding the rapids, one of the important things is to make sure you keep your arms in the boat, right? Because if you try to hang on to the scenery, you're going to get hurt. Have a great day.